What is up, you guys? This is Lucas Sullivan with Games Radar, and I'm joined by
Mel Kirk, Zen Studios,
and Neil Sorens, also from Zen Studios.
And we are getting a look at Star Wars Pinball. So this is actually the first of 3 tables we're going to look at today. This is based on the Clone Wars TV show, which is on Cartoon Network, I believe. And this is definitely one of the most colorful pinball tables I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. It embraces the Clone Wars art style in every way. It's got a lot of neon lightsabers all over the board.
You can never have too many neon lightsabers. And as you can see, the upper play field is literally covered in ramps. So if you are good at getting shots on demand, you can pretty much go nuts here.
Yeah, it's really easy to get into a nice flow and rhythm on this table. Lots of good ramp shots and high scores.
Yeah, nice open space in the middle.
So can you guys talk a little bit about how Star Wars Pinball actually came to be?
Inspire greatness in others.
Yeah, well, obviously, when we started making pinball, one of the brands we wanted to work with was Star Wars. So we've been knocking on Lucas's door for years. But you know, it's been a steady progression from small Eastern European developer that nobody heard of to working with Capcom on Street Fighter, and then the Marvel tables also helped kind of boost our standing for sure. And finally, Lucas, they started working more with casual game companies like us. So that opened a lot of doors and really helped speed the process along. So just in the past year or so, everything kind of came together.
Very cool. And it looks like you got full access to the likenesses and voice work, music, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, so you're going to hear a lot of sounds and music from the movies and also the Clone Wars TV show. And we've also recorded some new voice lines with the official actors as well.
Sweet. Yeah, you probably can't get a voice clip of multi-ball off of the Clone Wars show. It's probably not going to come up in conversation.
It's true. But I don't think it should be that way. There need to be multi-balls in the TV show. That's what they're missing.
So I forget that character's name, but I think she's the main character of the Clone Wars.
Oh, Anakin's Padawan?
Yes.
Ahsoka?
That's right, yeah.
And Ventress is the main villain on this table. It basically follows the plot of the movie, but there's some additions and side modes and stuff that are taken from the TV show episodes.
Fantastic.
And as you hit more ramps, block more lasers, kill more droids, I mean, does it get any better than that?
Yeah, that's the essence of Clone Wars, I think.
Kickback activated. Amazing. Nice shot.
Classic narrator's voice from Clone Wars.
The super tank.
Yeah, it was funny. Some of the LucasArts employees have that on his voice on their voicemail.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. Matt, big call out to you, man. I love your voicemail. It's like, you call and you leave a message. Ladies and gentlemen, announces their names, and now the beep. The beep.
Kind of jealous now. Alright, so now we're looking at the Boba Fett table, one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, which is odd considering like the amount of screen time he had in the movies.
I think it's the helmet. That's why people love him so much.
Well, and just the fact that he's a bounty hunter.
That too.
I mean, if people can love Dog the Bounty Hunter, they can love any bounty hunter, I think.
That dude is not pretty.
No.
So, of course, you got to have the Sarlacc pit in there, which you can see its tentacles at the top.
Yeah, escaping from the Sarlacc pit is one of the trophies/achievements. But the main thrust of this table is you're doing bounties for the Empire and the Hutts.
Yeah, we actually saw the Hutt, Jabba the Hutt, come out in the flesh earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can recreate that, but no pressure. And you got Han Solo and Carbonite as the spinner, which is a very nice touch.
And that's actually the final mode of this game. Spoiler alert is the hunt for Han Solo. So he's your final bounty.
Oh, okay.
And you have to max out your respect by earning bounties and eliminating your rivals in order to reach that mission.
And the more points you get for a bounty, the harder it is to complete?
That's correct. You can, actually, once you activate the bounty missions, you can select how difficult you want the bounty to be. And the more difficult the bounty, the more shots you have to make, and the more limited the time, and the more points you get.
So it's basically as hard as you want it to be.
Yeah, I think we have like 5 different levels. There's also a mechanic on this table where you can fire missiles to complete the next shot in a table mission.
Very handy for when one ramp just seems to be eluding you.
Exactly, or the timer's running out, you've got 1 shot left. You just hit the launch button and fire the missile. You start out with 1. There are ways to earn more missiles, but obviously there's a very limited supply since the effect is so powerful.
Yeah, you can't have people spamming those to complete a mission.
Yeah, spamming missiles is, that's Call of Duty. The hacked Call of Duty.
The noob tube. So you guys were saying this is probably the most challenging of the tables just because you can select how difficult you want each bounty to be?
That's right, and the missions are pretty difficult. The speed of the return lanes is pretty high, so you got to have some pretty good reflexes.
So can we actually hop over to the Empire Strikes Back table? So now we are at the Empire Strikes Back table. This is the movie that pretty much everyone agrees is the highlight of the original Star Wars trilogy. And right up in front, you got Mark Hamill looking exactly as he should.
Young.
And on this table, you can go toe-to-toe with Darth Vader, which is much more difficult than you might imagine.
Yeah, and again, that's spoiler alert. The final mode in this table is Luke's battle with his father.
Another spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, this table is full of spoiler alerts.
This table probably makes no sense.
Yeah.
So each of the modes and the missions is based on a scene from the film. So now we're trying to take out a stormtrooper.
So this scene is the Battle of Hoth, and there are multiple phases for each of these main modes. If you complete one phase and then end up failing a later phase, the next time you start the mission, you'll resume from. You'll be able to keep your progress. So
cool, yeah. So you don't have to be frustrated at going back to square one.
Right.
And the goal here: hit the stormtrooper, but don't get blasted by his lasers.
Yeah, well, that's one of my rules in life: is don't get blasted by lasers.
That is a good rule to live by.
Too easy. Perhaps you are not as strong as the Emperor thought.
Wow, Vader is dissing you.
Yeah.
What a jerk. What
Dude
a
ate me
jerk.
alive.
So, you can also do the classic AT-AT scene. The whole tow cables around their legs.
Yeah, that's actually phase 2 of the Battle at Hoth. That mission that you just saw, Mel.
I want them alive.
Fail. See if we can get the Moon City.
Cloud City?
Cloud City, excuse me. My brain is in. My
You're
brain
in the
is in the
zone
ball
right
right
now.
now.
You
It's getting pegged around right now. Just pinball table.
Deviate from your present course.
Can't be expected to split your focus here.
I like that.
So we have Neil talking as well. Talking and playing at the same time.
It's tough. It's tough. I've been there.
Yeah.
And you might have to go full screen to see it in this video, but when the ball actually comes off the lightsabers, you'll see it glow with heat. Pretty nice touch, if you ask me.
Yeah, and you can actually use the flipper buttons to move that lightsaber return to the left or the right, and thus choose which of the flipper arms you want.
Very
to return
handy
it
for
to.
when you have to make one certain shot. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah, like half of the the little tricks that experienced pinball players use is to get the ball from one flipper to another.
I can't do those crazy where you like nudge it to the other side.
Yeah,
I'm just
or
not at that level.
bounce it off the slingshots. And there's some pretty crazy stuff that people do.
Thousands of probe droids searching the galaxy.
All right, I believe in you. You can take down the stormtrooper. Let's see.
Going for it.
Oh, nice catch.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. You know, it's kind of like wiffle ball. You only get a few bad pitches before they take you out, and someone else has to pick up the controller.
The pressure is on.
If you walk too many guys, you're like done.
There you go. Oh, you missed it.
Got all warmed up, and then now I just can't perform.
When the heat is on. Cool, so that's a quick look at Star Wars Pinball. When can we expect to play this and on what systems?
It'll be out at the end of February. It's going to be DLC for a lot of existing Zen Pinball and Pinball FX platforms.
Right on.
So you can find it on XBLA, PSN, Win 8, iOS and Android as a standalone game as well. Kind of everywhere.
The whole 9 yards.
Digital stores in every galaxy.
Awesome. And if you want to read more, go to gamesradar.com. Thanks for watching.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1. Typical